once again.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Maurice Williams, and this is Sugar Bears Podcast on YouTube. So I have a topic today I just want to talk about real quick, probably about 10 minutes, 5, 10 minutes. I just was reading something on my sister's Instagram page, and she posted a saying, how do you feel, how do you know the difference if you're being mean or if you're thinking of yourself finally? Uh, because when you're a person with a good heart who thinks about others so much, you tend to get hurt. You tend to get used. You tend to get ran over. You tend to be taken granted. Taken advantage of. And I've been through that. I've been through that quite a bit in my life. I've been feeling the same way lately, actually, because I have finally said to myself, you know what? If people aren't paying me any attention, or if they're not showing that they care for me, then I'm not showing that I'm going to care for them. I'm not going to go out my way any longer to please others, to try to reach out to others, or anything of that nature. Because I've always been that way. I've always been, caring for others, man. I may have not been able in a position to do for others like I've always wanted to do, or maybe how they've always wanted me to do for them. But I've always cared for them. I always wondered, about their well-being. Always tried to kind of reach out to certain people, or a lot of people, touch bases with them, say hi, just to check in and kick it. But I don't get the same. I don't get that same reaction from people, or that same, gratitude from people. I don't get them calls on a regular basis, or them "Hey's, how you doing" on a regular basis, or what you've been up to on a regular basis, like I have done many times in my years for other people. Or, when you become someone's uh, enabler of whatever bad habit they have, or whatever uh, bad behavior that they put on a regular basis. You be an enabler to them because you're kind of, helping them, or feeding into whatever they're doing. I've done that, man. I've done that. I've been there. So when you get to a place where I am right now, and it seems as though my sister's there as well, from the post she's read and the interactions I've had with her, the lack of interactions I've had with her lately. I'm not saying that she's feeling that way. She's just feeling that way in general, I'm sure. Uh, but me and her, we've always kept in touch with each other. Throughout our whole lifetime. We'd be gone for, apart from each other for years and years and years, and we'll always periodically check in and say what's up, see how you doing, and this and that, this and that. I've done that with her many, many times, and she's done it with me as well. But it definitely has slowed down lately, and it seems as though we're probably feeling the same way about the situation. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm being mean. I don't think I'm being mean. I'm just making sure that I get the same treatment that I would like to give anybody else, when it comes to that type of thing. So it just prompted me to talk about it a little when I seen her post. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I've been feeling that same way. And it's very hard when you been close to certain people for a long time, and then all of a sudden, there's no communication there. And you're probably both saying the same thing. Well, if she's not gonna call me, or he's not gonna call me, I'm not calling her. That is a hard thing to tell a difference of. Whether or not you being mean, being an asshole, just thinking about more about yourself and your situation than others anymore. And I don't know if that's wrong or not. I don't know if it's wrong. I think it might be wrong, but I'm not sure. This should be a good conversation for me and my son to have too on one of his podcasts, because he has a podcast as well. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Of course, leave feedback, man. Let me know what you think about that situation, that topic. Are you being mean, or are you just thinking about yourself more often and your situation and your family? Is that a wrong thing to do? I don't think that's wrong, to think more of yourself and your family life, and then you put all the energy into others and their problems. I don't want anybody's problems on me. You know, that's one of the things that I've definitely learned as an older, wiser man, not to take on anyone's problems at all. Everybody has problems. Like, we all have problems. We're all going through something or another in our personal lives that we have to deal with on a regular basis, most of us. I know I do. I wake up every morning wondering how I'm going to deal with certain situations. And when you're younger, man, you make hasty decisions when you're in situations like that. Situations that you got to think about every morning when you wake up, or fight every morning when you wake up. Not necessarily fight, but, you know, inside yourself, you got to fight your thoughts of it, and your decisions about it, or what you want to do about it. Or do you want to keep going through it? Or do you want to, you know, learn to live with it, or accept it, or whatever the case may be? We have to all wake up with certain situations and certain things on our mind on how we're going to deal with whatever might be going on in our lives. And I don't want anybody else's problem. I don't want to take on anybody else's problem, that's for sure, when I have all my own to deal with. I mean, helping someone periodically, I mean, nothing's wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if I can talk to you every now and then, and give you some good advice and help you through a situation that you're going through in life, then fine. There's no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But I'm not gonna allow you into my circle with your problems, and then pile on top of my problems at the same time. That can't happen. I can't deal with that. I mean, I've actually been there in the past as well, you know, taking on my problems and other people's problems at the same time. That's a hard thing to do. That's very hard to do. Extremely hard. And you can mess your head up like that. You can mess your head up doing things like that. Because, boy, once again, my head has been messed up before in situations like that. Taking on my problems and having someone else in my circle with crazy problems as well. And we're dealing with all of them problems at the same time. His, mine, hers, mine. You know, that can't happen. Not right now. That can't happen. Not at this day and age. So I don't know if it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. I'm not even gonna say I don't know. I don't feel it's wrong. And I don't feel I'm being mean. It's just life, man. Life changes, man. We've gotten older. Times have changed. People have changed. The world has changed. The world has changed like crazy. That's another whole topic, boy. I tell you. You know, things have changed, man. People don't do things the same way they do. They don't think the same way they used to. And you got to go with the flow. You got to deal with the problems at hand. You got to deal with your problems at hand the way the world is giving it to you. And that's just plain and simple right there. Plain and simple. So I miss some of the people so bad that I used to be involved with back in the days on a regular basis. I miss them like crazy, man. And sometimes I wish I could relive some of the things that we've been through and times that we shared and things of that nature, man. But unfortunately, we can't turn the hands of time back. We can't go back. So all you got now is your memories, man. Sometimes the memories hurt. Sometimes they hurt because they're such vivid and deep memories of a time when you were like so deeply involved with certain people that you did not feel like you could ever be without them. Like this, that I have to be involved with this person for the rest of my life. When you feel like that at one point in life, and then all of a sudden you have to deal with the person not being in your life, getting over that is hard. That is very, very, very hard. Probably one of the top 3 hardest things I've ever done in my life is trying to get over people that I felt should have been in my life forever. That was hard to do. Sometimes I still have a thought in my head that makes me cringe when I think about not being in a person's life that I felt should have been in my life forever. I'll cringe every now and then when I think about it right now, and a hurting feeling comes over me. I mean, it passes pretty quickly, but it does come over me. Because we have to move on. We have to move on. And even moving on can be hard. Even moving on can be extremely hard. But we have to. We have to keep living. We have to keep trying. Trying at something so hard and so much and not getting to the point where you're trying to get, that can also be a hard thing. That can also be a hard thing. But that's another subject as well too. So okay, it's been 12 minutes. I'm going to end this right now. I'm going to say peace to everybody, man. I'm here at Sugar Bears. If you listen to this within the next few hours, man, get down here to Sugar Bears and give me a visit, get you something good to eat. And once again, let's talk about it. This is Maurice, Sugar Bear Williams, on the YouTube podcast, Sugar Bears Podcast. And I'm out. Later, guys.